Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first episode of Planet Football, where football talk never clocks out. We're your hosts, Adam, Chris, and Riley. I'm Chris.
I'm Adam.
And I'm Riley.
We're three friends who talk way too much football at work, and we decided why not talk after as well. So thank you for joining us on our premiere episode, and without further ado, let's get right into it.
Why don't we talk about that stinker of a game already that was on Thursday night between the Raiders and the Broncos?
Oh yeah, Broncos and Raiders. I watched the highlights, and I say that in quotations, earlier this morning, just to get a feel for what was going on afterwards. Letting it sink in. Uh, and I'm looking at the play-by-play on the box score, and it's just fumble, 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 interception, missed field goal, fumble, not fumble. I'm sorry, turnover, punt, 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 interception.
I mean, Bo Nix, you get like two different types of Bo Nix each game. You either get one that plays like Josh Allen or Patrick Mahomes, or you get one that plays like Tua Tagovailoa.
Yeah, and not Tua from 3 years ago. Tua from 2 weeks ago.
Pre-brain mush Tua.
Let's talk about Sean Payton. The man just never ceases to amaze me. The amount of just stuff he will pull out and still somehow win. It's devil's worship at this point in terms of just.
The Broncos have the new Steelers dark magic. Sean Payton might be going to the same witch coven meetings with Mike Tomlin.
It might be stronger than theirs because 8-2, they're on pace to be way above a 9-8 record.
He's got the New Orleans voodoo.
I really thought the Broncos were going to win that game much more comfortably than they did. It was kind of wild to see it become just so slow. I didn't expect too much from the Raiders, although they do have some bright spots. I know Gentie's been pretty good for them this year. He's still a rookie. The missed field goals, the fact that both teams had a missed field goal, it just felt like it was hard to watch. The game was very hard to watch.
I think the Broncos tend to either play up to their competition or down to their competition. And there's like no in between. They don't just go out and dominate games. Like the only one they went out and dominated from start to finish was against the Cowboys, and it's just because their defense is so good this year.
Yeah. I know if you're a Broncos fan, though, you probably don't care because winning is winning, and they've been doing a lot of that this season. So, good for you guys. Personally, I'm still a little sour over the game from a few weeks ago.
Oh yeah, the stinker of a fourth quarter that the Giants put up. Man, that was painful.
Listen, we don't have to talk about it, okay?
It's not like
I brought it up, but
that was rough.
Why were the Giants passing on 2 scores up in the fourth quarter? Like, why aren't you just running the ball with Scadaboo or Tracy at that point?
Yeah, I don't know. That was a few weeks ago, though. Now, did you guys see anything from the game last night that you liked? Was there anything that you were like, okay, I feel like that's a tough one because it was hard. It was not very exciting.
Broncos might bring back that mentality of defense wins championships because that's like the only thing. I mean, holding an NFL team is like 7 points is kind of insane.
Yeah. Now I will say, the game started off with 2 back-to-back punts, and then when the Raiders got the ball in their second drive, they did go down and score that touchdown, right? I think Genty ran it in, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, he did.
Okay. And I thought maybe we'll have a little bit of a game going on here, And I was wrong. It just kind of fizzled out after that.
I mean, it was a game. It just wasn't a very entertaining game. It was just
but I don't know if it was it just the defenses were playing really well, or do you guys think it was like just a bad game, a bad day?
It's just the Raiders don't have that good of a defense, so I really couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
Bad day for the Denver Broncos. I'll just say that right now. J.K. Dobbins was probably the only bright spot I saw from the game. But his yardage wasn't like big time plays. It was steady carries. Wasn't anything big. The way the Denver Broncos defense held Ashton Genty in check was pretty good because he's been really good this past season. Um, but in terms of Bo, he's got to play better. If they want to be where they want to be and compete for a championship, he has to start the game out stronger. And that's what he struggled at. His best moments have came in the and those clutch moments that he's needed to play in. So
yeah,
he just you got to see more consistency from him. But Sean Payton, he's got to get him in better rhythm. He's not used to having such a younger quarterback with having Drew Brees for so many years.
You think it's the play calling holding him back? Like, is it just bad play calling, not knowing how to use Bo, or is it just the young decisions Bo's making?
I think maybe young it's decisions. Experience.
Young decisions.
I kind of feel it's a combination of both.
Second-year quarterback. Playing in a complex system that Sean Payton has, because you gotta have a guy that knows what he's doing. Bo Nix is a smart guy, so it's really just putting it on every single game of just showing just your progression and ability of just being consistent. Not every play has to be a big time one. Take what you've been given you. Take your check downs. Be that smart quarterback that you know you can be. Because we saw that in Oregon. We saw that last season.
I feel
he was also able to make big time plays too.
I mean, I feel because Bo stayed so long in college, he's probably ahead of more quarterbacks starting out, and that showed last year. It's just that extra year in college gives him help to adapt and stuff like that. But I kind of feel if that's the case, and maybe year 3 or 4 in the Sean Payton system, when he's got all that experience under his belt, is when he'll probably really excel.
It probably is. Knowing Sean Payton, he's going to have something masterful concocted to frickin' continue his reign of terror and happiness.
I think it does help, Bo, as well, that the team around him seems to be really solid this year. And maybe that is a coaching thing, Sean Payton with his his machinations is a genius. That they've put together a really solid team that's able to go out there and win games, despite not always looking the prettiest while doing it.
Yeah, I mean, thinking about it, from my perspective as a Dallas fan, watching your offense sputter as bad as the Broncos did, and then the defense be able to get stop after stop after stop after stop, I'm kind of jealous. Very jealous, actually.
It's interesting, too, because I wonder how much of it is... I think there's something to be said about, and I want to say it's probably Sean Payton, is their ability to stay in the game. And we saw that against the Giants a few weeks ago, where they should have lost that game. They had it it looked impossible for them. And there were some bad calls on the Giants side, some bad decisions made that gave them momentum, but they did take that momentum and go with it. And I'm really curious to see how the team plays going forward, right? Can they make a deep playoff run, or are they going to come against a wall that they're not able to go through or around?
I fear that offense will hold them back heavily trying to make a deep playoff run, unless it this back into the year, maybe it finally starts to click and it becomes more smooth and a better machine. Then I really don't see a deep playoff run. I see maybe a divisional exit pushing a championship appearance, but it's just I don't see it.
Yeah. Now, they weren't the only team that played this last week. And there are some other teams out there that might have a better shot, closer shot. The games from last week, which one of them stood out to you guys? Like, if you guys had to pick a game that stood out to you last week, which one do you think it would be?
Oh, I know which one.
Yeah.
Yeah. My
Yeah.
Carolina
Well,
Panthers. My Carolina Panthers against the Green Bay Packers.
You know, it's funny.
Oh, okay.
It's funny. I was actually going to say that game because that game showed a lot about the two teams.
Yeah.
I mean,
The Packers are not what I expected.
the Packers have some holes in the secondary along with some just defensive miscues. The Panthers schemed up a really good pass rush technique against Micah Parsons to hold him in check. And I think that Packers defense relies a lot if that pass rush can get home, but if it can't, there are some holes. And that's not saying it's bad because I mean they only gave up 16 points, but it's bad enough to be beaten and not like do that. But then you also have Jordan Love who's throwing arm punts 90% of the game, so that does not help.
I mean, I'll give because I watched the whole entire game. Obviously, I'll give Jordan Love this. The wind was crazy. In Lambeau that day, it was zooming. So, but however, he also does need to have the awareness to be like, oh, I can't chuck this thing deep, you know. So they'll you gotta give him a little bit of leeway, but not a lot, especially with his experience that he has. Man, you need to start playing freaking better, man. Because the going along the whole entire thing of just Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre, you gotta start making these plays, man. Winning these games.
Do you think that the wind or like them relying on the pass game or their here's what I'm going to say. It looked to me like the Packers were having a much harder time running the ball than the Panthers were as well. I don't know how much it seems like it contributed a pretty decent amount. I think Rico had 2 touchdowns over more than 100. It's like 130 maybe, right? And I want to say that Josh Jacobs had less than 100 yards. I don't know. I think it was like 85 or 86, something in that range. I don't know what the disparity between carries were, but it felt like the Panthers were able to kind of dig in and be like, all right, maybe throwing the ball is not our best option right now. I know Bryce Young threw an interception, but the fact that they were able to kind of just like run the ball and score on the ground away, like not home, like they were playing in Green Bay. They were playing in Green Bay, right?
No, yeah, it was in Green Bay. One of the more underrated players in all of NFL, and Derek Brown, is kind of insane to me because he has solidified that Panthers run defense so much that even if like you look at it, yeah, James Cook had a good game, Josh Allen had an okay game a couple weeks ago, and I give that a lot to Andy Dalton being Andy Dalton, but like being able to just kit the Packers into like these non-run situations, force Jordan Love to have to throw, especially in the wind, was a good thing for them. I mean, that's just how you want to do it, especially if on the other side you can just dig your cleats into the ground and just push Rico for like 5 yards of carry and just keep going from there and churn a lot of clock. And then not only that, they don't just have Rico and he hasn't been showing up as much, but they have Chuba. They have kind of a two-headed monster in that backfield. If they can get Chuba and Rico going at the same time, honestly, Bryce Young might not have to throw a pass to win games if they keep playing like they are.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been really impressed with their rushing attack this season. I know I haven't been paying as much attention to the Panthers as Adam has, so I'm sure he could speak way more about that than I could. But Rico has really impressed me, and I know Chuba was hurt earlier. Am I wrong about that?
Yeah, he was injured
earlier this year.
He had a calf injury.
Okay. Now, did he come back last week? Was last week his first week back, or is he still
second week back?
Okay,
was last
so
week.
he could still be, like maybe not 100%. But man, I mean, the Panthers they have a shot at that division. I don't think that they're gonna beat out the Buccaneers, but it's not
I
impossible that they
think the
could.
I think they have a shot at the wild card. I don't know about the division. They would need the Bucks to kind of just play bad the rest of the way out, and I don't think the Bucks will because they'll get Godwin back and Ibuka
Yeah,
will get healthy, and the Bucks are just good. Speaking of that, we need
yeah.
to talk about their
They do have
upcoming
a
game
tough
against
game. Yeah,
the
they've got a tough game
Patriots
coming up. I think.
later on. Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's
we'll
go,
talk about
Pats.
that
Now
later.
you can look
You
at
guys
Carolina.
watch.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, I'll let you finish. I'm sorry.
You can look at Carolina, and I think the way they are, and because of the division they're in, sitting with the Saints, and the Falcons, they do have a shot to get a couple of games and wins and play for a wild card spot. Maybe it just depends. They can't be wishy washy like they were at the beginning of the season, where they would look really good one week and then go and play the Patriots and just look like they don't know what they're doing anymore, or then back to playing good again. They just got to find consistency, which they have. They beat the Cowboys. They've won a couple games, strung together wins, and the only really bad game recently has been the Andy Dalton fumble fest. So
Yeah, and I'm looking at their schedule right now, and some of these games are going to be real tough for them, but I can definitely see them winning some of these other ones too.
no,
Against the Saints, at the Falcons. Um, it'll be interesting to see because if they end the season strong, they might be able to make a playoff appearance here.
now what's your
Uh,
take, certified Cam Newton fanboy?
Yeah. So these next 2 weeks are going to be very, very important. Honestly, the rest of the season's important. I don't know why saying the very only these next 2 weeks are important,
well, they're
but
division
these
games,
next
right?
two, these are divisional games. These are rivalry games. Both. No, Saints are going to be at home. Falcons on the road. It's always tough to win. In Atlanta, we did get last year. We split home and homes, but Um, but just have to go into both of these weeks with that mentality of we are better than these teams, and let's go out there and dominate. Put a message out there. It's time to show that you're above the collapse. And then you got a big time Monday night primetime game against the 49ers. So if you win that one, the road looks very, very interesting.
Yeah.
And if you win that one, you don't
That's
have
that's
just a shot at winning the division. You got a chance of being a top seed and having a home field advantage.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
I'm gonna put it this way, to be blunt. I think you need to win these next three to have a shot because that out schedule of the Rams, you do have the Saints, the Rams, the Saints, the Bucks, the Seahawks, and then the Bucks again.
Bucks twice. Yeah.
That's not gonna be fun. That's like
And most like. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I don't think it looks super good for you. I mean, I could be wrong, but I hope I am for your sake. But I don't see you. The Saints and the Falcons, we'll see. Like I feel like those games could go either way. The 49ers, even when they don't play well, and they have actually been playing pretty well, they played pretty well against the Giants last week. Uh, the 49ers have been winning games, and it's in San Francisco as well. And then you got the Rams right after that, and the Rams, I believe, are a very good team. I think people are sleeping on them a little bit. I think they're quite good, uh, and momentum is super important. Now, you guys have a little bit of momentum right now. I think Bryce Young is on like a winning streak for the games that he started.
4-0.
I mean, awesome, good for him. But I don't know if that magic is gonna last much longer. If it does, right? Like let's say you guys win the next three games, like Riley was saying, then yeah, then we're in a different place because if you won the next four games, I think your previously seemingly delusional take about making a long run would suddenly become a little less delusional. But I don't see that happening.
I
I
fear
think
for playoff hopes that 11-6 has to be the record because the NFC might just be too deep with teams this year to make a 10-7 playoff appearance.
Oh, for sure.
We're not gonna need 11-6. We're gonna go 13-4. Win out
Okay.
the season.
Yeah. All right, the hot take segments is at the end of the show, buddy.
Run the table.
They're going for the first seed. All right, they're not stopping.
Run the table.
Just like how the Jets are going to win out, right? You know, after those trades that they made, handing out all those picks, they're going 10-7. It's happening, guys.
Imagine the Jets just like turn up though. Like imagine the Jets just win out, go 10-7, make the playoffs, and like Super Bowl run. What would people say then? It would just be utter shock.
Like 200 yards.
Yeah, give me that. That's my fantasy team right there. Give me Breece Hall, legacy season on the way out, 90 touchdowns, breaking records.
Yeah, he's gonna be like, yeah. He's gonna show them what they're missing out on.
Dude,
that would
why couldn't they just get traded to the Chiefs?
Well, no, I don't want him on the Chiefs.
I don't care. I want my fantasy victories. I'm already giving up on the Cowboys this year.
Put him on another team, not the Chiefs.
Give
him to Buffalo. Give him to Minnesota. Now Minnesota's got a pretty good running game with Aaron Jones back there. I don't know.
And you didn't say that about James Cook in Buffalo?
James Cook's good. He's good.
Yeah, but you just said give him to Buffalo, and then you're like, no, Minnesota's got Aaron Jones.
All right. Why not have both? Okay. Overrated.
Why not give him? Why not give him to like the Patriots? Give the Patriots a running back, man.
No. Yeah, that would be pretty nasty. That would
be. Gotta wait till the offseason.
They're not gonna. The reality is they would never trade him to a division opponent.
Well, we all know he wants to play with the new Tom Brady because Tom Brady cloned himself 23 years ago in North Carolina. And then 23 years ago in North Carolina, Drake May was born. So just think about that.
Drake May has been very impressive this year. I will say, he's been playing super well.
So my whole thing on the Patriots is they kind of, other than Buffalo, which was a good win, they've played the Saints, the Titans, the Browns, and the Falcons. That's not impressive to me. Fair. I will see a true measure against the Buccaneers, but even if they like lose that game close, they still have the Jets, the Bengals, the Giants, in the Jets again, and then the Dolphins again. They have the easiest path you'll ever see to the playoffs with teams that have a combined like 6 wins.
Yeah, I don't think the Patriots are playing the Giants this season.
They are.
I don't think they are.
I'm looking at the schedule.
The Jets.
You're a fake Giants fan. You're a fake fan. I'm
looking at it right now. 2025. I don't see them on here.
12-1 Giants Monday night, 8:15.
Why is it not here,
buddy?
Am I looking at the right season?
I hope you are. Because they play the Bucks, the Jets, then the Bengals, and they're at home for the Giants. Then they have the Bills and the Patriots and the Ravens. Oh shit! The Bills, the Ravens, and the Jets, and then the Dolphins.
This is wrong. Yeah, I don't know why this is. I mean, I need to show you what this looks like.
I'm sitting on ESPN right now, bud.
Oh, okay. I'm looking at the wrong team. That's my bad.
You're making us look bad in front of all the football fans there.
Yeah. My bad. I think they could be. I think the Giants can beat them.
Are they supposed to trust our ball knowledge if Chris doesn't even know what team he's looking at?
Listen, okay, I was clicking on I was on the wrong team. Look at the schedules. Look at the wrong schedule. All right, that's my fault. Don't worry about it. Okay. I will say you're talking about the teams that they played against. Yes, they beat the Browns. Got a good defense. They managed to put like 30 points on the Browns. Yeah, the Titans, the Saints, but they're beating those teams pretty comfortably. I think they beat the Panthers like they smashed them.
It's fine to beat those teams comfortably, but I'd also like to. It's like back in 23, Dallas was doing the same thing when they didn't have a single win over an above 500 team. And then they met like a all right Miami Dolphin team at the time and just lost on the road. So it's just you need a good measuring cup, and they haven't really had it yet for me.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. Well, I don't know. I don't know if the rest of their schedule is really that bad either, though. Like,
No,
well,
it's
you
easy.
already said that.
It's very
Like,
easy.
gotcha. So I think they will. Like, we'll find out in the playoffs. I guess is what it'll end up being.
Probably, unless like say they go out against the Bucks and have a really good game and win it, then I'm like, okay, change my tune. You just got to prove me
Okay.
wrong, but
Yeah. Well, because
Prove
I
me
could see.
wrong, Steven Crowder.
oh no, buddy,
Oh God. I
we
could
ain't that type
see.
of podcast.
I could see the Bengals and the Patriots having kind of a shootout because it's the Bengals, but the Bengals have been doing this thing lately where they score a whole bunch of points and then lose.
Who is this
Um,
football team in Cincinnati that sucks?
I feel bad for Bengals fans. I really do. Because I actually think that the Bengals are offensively, they're one of the most fun teams to watch. They're so electric. They're so exciting. Even without Joe Burrow, who I think is phenomenal. Obviously, he's hurt. But Joe Flacco coming in there and putting up points and occasionally throwing some interceptions.
Joe Burrow gonna be on his Anakin Skywalker arc next year.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy. But the Bengals refuse to spend any money on defense, it seems. And then they just start giving away their defensive players,
7th round pick.
despite needing them. Uh, I mean, they just traded their linebacker, right?
Yep, Logan Wilson.
Logan Wilson.
Gave
to
him to
the
the Cowboys. I mean, talking about trade deadline just happened. Some moves were made. Some of them that have made me a little angry. The Eagles have gotten better, and doesn't make me happy.
What soul do I have to sacrifice to get Howie Roseman as my GM, man?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm right there with you. But what do you guys think about some of the trades that were made for the deadline? What do you think are some of the better ones? Do you think anybody made like some serious mistakes or?
The Colts loading up. They are in major win now mode. I mean, they're a great team, and I get they did have a really bad loss. I wouldn't say a bad loss, but they had a bad
It
game
wasn't bad.
against the Steelers. One of the worst games they played this year. Still kept it close, but the Steelers defense decides if it wants to play like Mean Joe Green one week or Kamira Lim on the Cowboys the next. It's just so wishy washy. But I mean, I feel like the Colts are such a contender at the moment, especially adding Sauce Gardner,
They're real good.
securing their secondary. I know Charvarius Ward was injured. If he's back or is coming back, that secondary is dangerous. And then the offense is well rounded because I mean Danny Dimes is playing at a level
Indiana Jones.
somehow out of New York like that. And then Jonathan Taylor, man, he's so good. You you just can't stop him. I mean,
love watching him play.
the Steelers did a good job at that, stopping him, and I think that forcing Danny Dimes to maybe try to throw it deep because the only real weakness I see in them is their receiver core. It's a committee, but there's no true like guy on that receiver core, other than their tight end Tyler Warren. But
Now, do you think that teams are going to be looking at how the Steelers defense played the Colts and trying to kind of adapt that to playing against them, or do you think that's something that only the Steelers defense could have done?
I think the
Because
Steelers had the
the
right
thing about the
personnel.
Steelers, yeah, I mean the Steelers, they've got some great defensive players, obviously, and they are they're not a super flashy team, but they're pretty good and they're winning games.
I don't know if
And
there's another defense on their schedule that can recreate that. The Falcons have a decent defense.
yeah,
Don't get me wrong, but I don't think they can recreate that. Maybe the
no,
Texans defense,
yeah, the
but
Texans defense is pretty good. The Texans defense is pretty good, but that's an interesting matchup too. I don't know. What do you think, Adam?
How about? So I need to give my take on the former Giant great Daniel Jones.
No.
Just a legend, absolute legend. Came in there, stole a bunch of money from the Giants.
I
Oh,
miss playing him, man.
Played
I miss it.
him like a MVP on the
uh,
Colts, man. Without a true wide receiver one, I know Michael Pittman.
what do you mean, Michael Pittman?
That is
He 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 needs to be more vocal. But to be honest with you, I have not watched a lot of Colts games. I've just seen really highlights. So I don't know if it's like some sort
They've
of
been scoring a
offensive
lot of points.
style. Um, but it could also just be where Daniel Jones loves to go. He loves to go to the tight end, you know.
Yeah, he does definitely have a little bit more time as well than he did with the Giants.
Yes.
I'll be the first to admit that, and he's always been good when he has some time to make decisions. Unfortunately, well, I don't need to go down that rabbit hole again. It'll just bring
Dave
up more
Gettleman
drama.
was right.
Listen, I don't want to hear it. Okay, I'm suffering enough as it is. The Giants are a constant thorn in and they've done the worst thing they could possibly do this year and given me like a sliver of hope and then stripped it away from me like a cruel and dark master, just wrenching my love and hope away from me and just putting me into the dirt. It's been real tough, but I'm still smoking that copium pack. All right, I still believe. Jackson Dart, I think he could be good. I've seen some stuff from him that I really like. I've seen some stuff that I don't like so much. But I think it's rookie. Just like he needs to work on his decision making a little bit, and I'm hoping that getting some more experience will do that. Uh, I'm really upset about Scadaboo getting hurt. Was really, really loving watching him play.
he'll eat some bricks
Oh
and be right
man,
back into it.
yeah. I mean, I'm hoping. I know we've got the Bears coming up. We'll talk
Oh,
about
Bears.
our predictions later, but
The
we'll
Bears.
see. I mean, but
um,
we're still talking about games from last week. Okay, we have to talk about the Buffalo Bills and the Kansas City Chiefs.
goodness.
Uh, a beautiful game, and beautiful in the sense that the Kansas City Chiefs have taken another L, and the Buffalo Bills have claimed victory over them in the regular season. Once again, I think they're 4-1 against them in the regular season. Unfortunately, that does not translate to the playoffs. Here's for hoping. I'm crossing my fingers. All right.
Well, maybe the Chiefs are going to be not so good this year. That maybe this is a year they lose out the playoffs because
I really hope they do.
their division hopes are up in the air. Because I mean, the Broncos sitting at 8-2 and the Chiefs sitting at 5-4 is not a good
No,
look.
and the Chargers are
Let's
not bad either. They're
Chargers
not
ain't
winning pretty,
bad.
but they're winning.
Chiefs play the Broncos. Not this week, but they're on because they're on bye. But next week they play the Broncos, and then they have the Colts, and then they'll probably beat my Cowboys because God forbid my defense make a stop. They'll probably beat the Texans somehow, but then they have the Chargers and the Broncos again. I mean, it's not looking good unless like the Mahomes magic just they sacrifice another like innocent child or something in the locker
You
room.
know what's gonna happen too. You know that week 13 is gonna come around, and all of a sudden it's gonna be a whole different animal. And I really hope that doesn't happen. I mean, we'll see. I, they haven't looked really that good this year to me, to my eye. Obviously, I think they lost more games this year already than they did last year. Is that true? Uh, I could be wrong about that,
I think so,
but
yes. And they have not beaten a
yeah,
team that has a. I mean, they beat the Lions, but they barely are able to beat any team with a pulse.
yeah. Now it's crazy. Like I think they're still favored against the Broncos, despite the Broncos playing how they're playing right now. Um, but I think that there's a lot of hype around the Chiefs because of what they've been able to accomplish in the last like 5 years. And I don't know, like, is this the end of their? Well, maybe it's probably not the end of their dynastic run, but they might have a lull this year. It might be a down season for them.
Well, you're seeing what
Uh,
happens when your GM refuses to get your guy a wide receiver one or a running back. Like, I mean, Pacheco's all right, but he's no like force anymore like he was a couple years ago. And then, I mean, you have Xavier Worthy. He's eh. And Rasheed Rice is, I guess, better now, but still not enough. And then
Yeah,
the step back of Travis Kelsey is kind of
yeah.
insane.
Travis Kelsey's really showing his age.
Taylor Swift uh, get all the energy out of him, it seems.
I think he's just getting older. I think it's just father time.
Unk's just tired, man.
Yeah,
Let Unk rest.
he's had a good run.
I feel he should retire after this year, honestly. I think you've done enough. You're a Hall of Famer. You got rings. You're getting married soon. You don't want to put your body on the line. You should just call it and live the rest of your life happily.
I can't help but feel like he wants to go out on a win, though.
I don't think so. Not this year, especially. I don't think
I don't
so.
think so either.
Unless
But I think that
magically.
that's a trap that a lot of players fall into. Trying to go out on a victory.
Yeah, like
Um,
Peyton Manning in 2015.
So you're saying they're gonna rig it for the Chiefs to win this
There
year?
it is.
Listen, I'm not saying it's impossible. Now
I don't think so. Travis Kelsey doesn't have the pull for that.
As bad as it was last year. Uh, we don't need to get into that. That's a whole other topic.
So you're saying without the refs' help in one possession games, the Chiefs aren't winning them?
Listen, just because that might be true doesn't mean we need to talk about it. All right.
So what's our favorite trade from this trade deadline?
Favorite trade. Now, when you say favorite, do you mean which one do I like the most, or which one do I think is the best?
Give both.
Okay. I really like. I like the Sauce Gardner trade to the Colts. I think it's really good for the Colts. I don't know. He probably is worth a first round. Given that he's young, and they know that he's good, and there's no guarantee that you're going to get a guy when you're drafting. I mean, realistically, the Eagles made some really, really great moves, and my personal bias will not allow me to acknowledge them. And that's just the truth. I don't know. I don't know. What do you think about the Quinnen Williams trade,
That's
Riley?
the best one.
Because I think Quinnen's really good. But you guys now you gave up. I think it's the Packers pick that they gave to you, right?
So actually, before we probably go into this Quinnen Williams trade, because it's going to get me talking about the Dallas D line, let's kind of give a moment of silence for Marshawn Nealon. Rest in peace. May he and his family have our condolences. Thank y'all. I feel we're now defensive tackle heavy on the Cowboys. So you have four guys. You have Kenny Clark, Odigizua, and Williams, and now it might sound funny, but Solomon Thomas has been solid for us this year. You have four guys like that. I feel you have to move either Solomon or I'd say Odigizua to the outside, just because they can fit well at a defensive end position, but also it's like you got so much depth there that it's gonna kind of hurt rotating them in and out. Just depends. I like the depth, but we need more help on the edge because at this rate, with Dante Fowler's injury, and the unfortunate situation with Marshawn Nealon, we now just have Clowney on the other end, and
yes.
Clowney's been playing great. Don't get me wrong, but he needs rest sometimes. So it's you can rotate one of those guys to the outside. Now on the other side, we can talk about they have Enzen Raku. Enzen Raku honestly has started coming into his own as a rookie, and I feel that with him and Clowney playing decent, and then now another huge force of Quinnen Williams up the middle, that D line went from you got some guys on it to okay. now they can disrupt and change a game in their favor. And Dallas's defense doesn't even have to be good. They just have to be okay. If they can get to okay and that offense gets rolling again, then you can have a conversation about the future. But as of right now, I mean, offense has sputtered for 2 games, and then the defense, being the defense, has kind of sucked. I love the Quinnen Williams trade. I just don't know how much of an impact it would make. I actually like the Logan Wilson trade a little more, considering we gave up a 7th round pick, gained a linebacker who will solidify our middle, and even if he doesn't happen to work out, we literally gave up nothing for him. But
Yeah.
it just, I fear this defense will not improve as long as Matt Eberflus is employed in Dallas. That is my take on that. But I love the Quinnen trade. Gave up the Packers pick, which is smart. It'll be a higher pick, and it's not even this year's. It's 2027, so they still have. I'm pretty sure it's 2027's, but they still have either 2 picks this year or 2 picks next year, 3 in the next couple of years, and albeit I'll say the Jets loaded off, but the Jets they gained 3 first-round picks out of all that. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, they've got a whole bunch of them now. Whether or not they do anything with them will remain to be seen. But they're definitely in a good position to draft. It'll just be a matter of who they're picking up.
I think one of the more underrated trades that I like was the Jaguars getting Jacoby Myers. I think Jacoby Myers has been an underrated receiver for so long, sitting behind Devontae and having Derek Carr and Aiden O'Connell as his quarterbacks. And then he'll go to a situation in Jacksonville that really could use a receiver that just does not drop the easy passes.
Yeah, Jacksonville has actually managed to maintain a pretty decent record this season. I think they're tough to watch a little bit sometimes because those receivers. I mean, you're not kidding. I don't know what is on those balls. I don't know if it's Jacksonville. I don't know if it's the humidity, but it feels like they cannot hold on to them to save their lives. Maybe it's just bad luck. I couldn't tell you.
It's a Shane Walden curse.
Up for him. I do also like Shaheed to the Seahawks. The Seahawks look really good to me this year.
Oh, man. Thank you, Lord, for JSN on my fantasy football team.
Yes. And having another receiver option for them, Sam Darnold's been playing really well. I think he's been making he's been making a real good case for himself, beating the fraudulent allegations the last 2 seasons. I'm really happy for him. I'm glad to see him succeed. He's been real fun to watch, and that Seahawks team, they look really good. They do look really good. I wonder if they have what it takes. I think that they can put up a fight against most teams, and I think adding to their offensive firepower is just going to help them.
All right, Adam. What do you think? We're gonna probably end the NFL segment here soon. Let's end off on what is your favorite trade, Adam?
I like the Quinnen Williams trade, man. I think Quinnen Williams is if he's on a really good team, he's getting a lot of talk. He's in terms of Derek Brown in that regard. Derek Brown did not get a lot of talk when he broke the NFL sack or tackle record for a D tackle. Nobody talked about it because guess what? The Panthers sucked. So I think you're going to see a lot more talk about Quinnen Williams because his ability to stop the run, also rush the passer, is next level, and I think he's going to flourish on the Cowboys. I think that was the best trade to me because, like you said, you're giving up the Packers pick. So be it. You just traded a possible Hall of Fame, depending on how the career goes here, but the Hall of Fame talent for a first round pick that you don't know will pan out. So, Quinnen Williams trade was definitely the best to me. I like the Sauce Gardner trade is very, very risky in my eyes towards the Colts because now I know I talked up Daniel Jones just a little bit ago, but you gotta rely on him to make those big time plays in those big time moments.
I like it from the Colts because it feels like they're dedicated. They're just trying to win, you know.
Mm-hmm. But
I think it's the right attitude.
I think that's a great argument. It's just we've seen Daniel Jones put in situations before, and some points he does
Yes, we
rise
have.
to them. But some points he does not. So
yeah, sometimes he falls. After
but I mean that's with every player. So we'll definitely see how that pans out. That's a lot for a cornerback.
Yeah.
I know Sauce is really really good, but that's a lot.
Yeah. I love the energy that Indianapolis is bringing this year, and I think for them, the way they see it is we're trying to win. Like we're doing everything we can to win right now. I think that sends the right message to
Jerry
the
Jones, take
players and
notes.
to the fans. Like they're telling their fans, they're telling their players, like, hey guys, like this is our window. Let's give it everything we got. Now, whether or not it's going to pan out, and I completely understand where you're coming for, like, is it really worth it? We'll see. Maybe it will be. Like, if he makes one crucial play in the right game at the right time, that could really matter. But yeah, I see where you're coming from. I get where you're coming from because it is going to be down to like, they've been scoring a lot of points, but what's going to matter is whether or not they can do what they need to do. In those important like moments when they're underneath all the lights and they've got all the eyes on them. So,
yeah, that was a good end to the NFL segment. I fear we have to transition to our other segment for college football now because we are actually hitting 47 minutes in. So,
wow.
Yeah, we've been talking for a little bit.
Yeah.
Now, I know me and Adam are much more knowledgeable about college football, so Chris will be trying to catch up with us in terms of this.
Yeah.
Is there any specific you want to start talking about with college football, Adam? Because, I mean, there's a lot going on right now. We have rumors of Lincoln Riley wanting to leave USC. James Franklin's looking for a job at Virginia Tech. LSU needs a coach. Florida needs a coach. Penn State needs a coach. It's just kind of UCLA needs a coach. Carolina, Mike Shula gone. Clemson might be clearing house here in this offseason. So it's just, what do you want to start with, Adam and Chris?
That's a lot. I guess let's start with talking about some the Lincoln Riley stuff doesn't really shock me, because I mean that's his MO. Things get tough, leave. So, definitely not shocking to me. I wouldn't be shocked if Florida takes a stab at him, but I would also think that their main prize is Lane Kiffin. That's who
I think
that's gonna be hard.
Chaos ensues. I think Kiffin has hit his ceiling at Ole Miss, and I think he takes that Florida job. But I think Lincoln Riley goes to LSU. I really think that's the job Lincoln wants. James Franklin sounds like a great fit at Virginia Tech to me. It's a good restart. Maybe build a little program there and change your narrative at some point. I think he just needs a break from big name schools. And then, I mean, just Lincoln Riley at LSU. I don't think that would really be beneficial to him because, I mean, he couldn't win at USC. He was great at Oklahoma, don't get me wrong. He could field an offense. He just couldn't field defense. But, like, if you go to a school like LSU, you got to try to maintain the defense coordinator they have now or you're not doing anything.
Yeah. With LSU, I think they're going to go after. With the Lincoln Riley stuff, there might not be a team that wants him. The thing that's really going to be interesting to me is going to be that Arkansas hire. You going to keep old Bobby Petrino, run it back with the with the adulterer, or are you gonna you're gonna go out there and try to get you somebody?
Yeah, just don't get him near a
That'll-
motorcycle
Yeah, don't let him get near a motorcycle.
or the volleyball coach. But I mean, there's just so many openings, and I feel like, albeit I have not had the best opinion of him, this should be Garrett Riley's time to go find himself a head coaching job from Clemson. He needs to go. I'd say he goes to like a maybe an Oklahoma State or UCLA or something like that.
Now, are you saying that because you want him to find a head coaching job, or are you saying that because you want him off of your team?
I'm saying that because they're not extending him this offseason after this poor 3 years of performance from him after being promised a prominent offense that we saw at TCU.
So you're being very
am I being biased? I couldn't tell.
You're saying, I think he deserves a head coaching spot.
I think he deserves a jail sentence. That's what I think he deserves. But it's just, he ruined the career of the greatest quarterback of all time in Clemson history, DJ Uangale. Just kidding. He never had him. That was Brandon Streeter.
Yeah. What about Cade? What about Cade the legend?
Cade. Cade.
Yeah.
Cade.
Yeah, Cade.
I don't know, man. I don't know. He's a quarterbacks coach who made him regress.
What do you think Clemson should do? Like, what do you want them to do?
In my full opinion, if I'm in charge of Clemson, I am nearly clearing house this offseason. I say you keep Dabo, you keep Tom Allen, and I get the criticism, says defense hasn't been all that this year, but you keep Tom Allen and let him bring in his own people. He'll probably keep Ben Bower, and he'll probably keep his son at linebackers coach. And then he might want to bring in that Virginia Tech head coach who got fired, Brent Pry. And then you just let him fill out the position coaches himself. And then offensively, you just need a fresh start at offensive coordinator. Now, right now, I really don't know. No, I'd rather stick my head in a toilet and drown myself. But not Mike Shula. Mike Shula should go be the head coach of LSU. No, you clear that offensive staff except for CJ Spiller, Tyler Grissom, and Matt Luke. Those are the only three who, recruiting wise and even player wise, can probably pull their weight and I'd be fine with. I'd even argue that the analysts of Mike Houston and Lonnie Galloway can stay too, because those are experienced coaches. But it's all these in-house nepotism hires that Dabo loves is holding us back. It's just these guys have no experience. They really don't know how to coach. And then when they get met with an authoritative figure like Tom Allen, they complain and cry and ruin the secondary because they want to call it one way and our defense coordinator wants calls it the other way. There's a lot that has to be done, and I think the Clemson board of directors and athletic director has finally seen that, and they're finally getting on Dabo's case like, hey, you need to use the money, use the portal, and you need to get rid of these in-house hires and hire some experienced coaches. Because ever since Brent Venables has left us, it has been downhill. That's my short answer.
Yeah, I could tell. You were holding a lot back there.
Oh yeah.
I do appreciate. Thank you for keeping it PG, because I know that there was some serious rage building just beneath the skin.
You can't see it right now, but I am beet red. Steam coming off my head.
I think Riley might have some personal feelings about the Clemson situation, which I wonder. Adam, do you feel the same way about South Carolina? What are you? How are they making you feel this season? I know you were a little. I know it's been touted kind of. You did not want Shula. You wanted to get rid of him. They've gotten rid of him. Now, do you think your season is basically over? Do you think you guys are gonna? Well, obviously, I don't think you're making the playoffs this year. However,
what do you mean?
But do you think that you're going to be able to build a spark for next season? Maybe show a little hope, or do you think you guys are just you're cooked?
Adam watched Shula ruin 2 of his offenses. That's crazy.
Bro, this man has been haunting you.
He is my nemesis. Man, he's been preying on my downfall since I was a freaking middle school. Brother.
He's actually great. but he intentionally sucks just to bother you. I'm not saying he sucks. Obviously, I'm sure he's way better than I could ever be. But
He ain't his father.
He's just coming after exactly, and he's specifically targeting Adam. He's like, man, I hate that guy.
He's got like a dartboard with Adam's face on it.
Yeah, he's like, I hate that kid.
What is he? He's gonna go be the Milwaukee Bucks coach next.
Oh god.
Yeah, he's transitioning sports. That sounds great. No, but really, Adam, what do you think South Carolina, like, what do they need to do? What do you want to see from them?
Also, who would you like as your new offensive coordinator in the offseason?
Yeah, and why is it Garrett Riley?
Yeah, and why is it firing Beamer and hiring Mike Shula as your head coach?
Well, so shoot, so I know the guy from North Texas. That guy, I would love him. Forget his name, but
is it the offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator?
No, the head coach. Oh, is it the head coordinator?
I thought it was off. Shoot,
either one of them.
I really don't know a lot of the candidates right now because I haven't really
Hugh Freeze
into it. I really cared to because they've kind of been making me angry. So,
Mike Gundy.
God, no. That would be a Beamer move, though. That would be a quote-unquote Beamer move right there. Go get some washed-up old head coach and put him at freaking offensive coordinator. You have a better chance of putting Steve Spurrier back there at offensive coordinator with this freaking decrepit ass. So,
did you mean to say decrepit?
Yeah, decrepit.
Yeah, no, he didn't. Guys,
he said something else.
He meant every word he said.
So,
okay. Never mind then.
So, it's just, you gotta go get you a splash hire. Go get you a splash offense coordinator hire.
Dabo Sweeney.
Somebody that is lighting it up in the G5. And, go get you a college offense. Stop with this pro style bull crap because it's the same crap we've seen over and over and over again. And the best offense was last season. And you know what we did with it? We went back to the old option game. We had freaking Lenora Sellers carrying it like 15 times per game. They had to tell Dow Loggins, hey, pull it back. He needs to throw some more. So, you got to get back to having a really good running back. The running backs that we have right now are not good enough. I mean, Matthew Fuller is good enough. It's just they don't play him hardly enough. You got Rasul Faison that can't catch a ball whenever it hits him right in the hands, and then it gets picked off and taken back for a pick six. And then we keep giving him multiple chances. He's a 6-year guy that's been in the league since I've probably been in high school. So, it's got to be better, man. The execution. I don't even like what we did this time, making Mike Fury the intern offense coordinator. I've seen what we look like with offense coordinator, wide receiver. It's the same exact mistake Mill Muschamp made. You know what he did? We hired him in the offseason and whatever his name is, McElwain McElwain. I can't really remember his name, but man, he was awful. And it's just, Shane Beamer, this is on you. This is the final hour. This is it. You don't show up with the talent you have next year, game over. Chop and block. We are now in the business. There's not a methodical approach to building this team. It has you are in the time of the NIL where you can go out there and get you guys. So you have to go out there, get you guys, get you an offense coordinator that can put up points and go out there and win. Because defense ain't the problem. The rushing defense could be better. However, that ain't it. That ain't the issue. There has to be more. There has to be explosiveness on the offensive side of the ball. And Steve Spurrier recognized this when he was there. he recognized that we had to get rid of this pro style offense, put in some run game, ground and pound that thing, and then play action on top of it.
Pause.
So it's he has to recognize it. He has to recognize it now. He has to recognize it quickly as possible because he's going to be on the chopping block instead of his offense coordinator or something that is on the chopping block every single year for some reason. Then he's going to be on it. You got to make the right moves. We hired you to be like this executive. Put a bunch of talented coordinators around him, and he's going to do stuff.
Dabo Swinney Jr.
He ain't done nothing.
Yeah.
So
you guys have really been struggling with points scored, I think, this year, right?
Like
you're rated pretty low.
19.7 was the last time I checked on those point scores. Now, to put it in perspective, because Chris was asking about it, Frankie was like, if we could just score 30 points a game, y'all would have only 2 losses. And and Chris is like, well, 30 is pretty good. And I had to tell Chris, well, no, not in college. College 30's like mediocre to average. You want to be in the 40 to 50 point a game range to be like an elite tier offense and stuff like that. I mean, Clemson's had their offensive struggles. They're averaging 28, and that's still pretty bad. But I checked out South Carolina's, and it was 19.7, and I'm like, if it wasn't for their defense, it'd be so much worse.
Yeah. We'd have lost that Virginia Tech game if it wasn't for Kari Swain.
You might have lost the SC State game, man. That like, I think without the defensive and special teams touchdowns against SC State, I think y'all only outscored them like 17-10.
Been against this hire since the very beginning. I was at that darn bowl game, and I've seen Mike Shula coach an offense, and it was abysmal. When your quarterback has to, Lenore Sellers is not Cam Newton. He is not. There will only be the one and only. You have to stop comparing these guys. So, when stuff that Cam Newton did, you can't expect Lenore's to do the same. And he keeps coaching him like he's freaking Cam Newton in 2015, and he still isn't. His offensive system relies way too much on the performance of the quarterback. In the college game, or in this game, in this day and age, you have to have everybody, because especially on college, everybody's going to be quick. Everybody is quick now, and everybody's good. You're in the SEC. You can't win a national championship or an SEC championship on a quarterback alone. It just doesn't happen. There's not been one SEC team that does that. It's because you need a whole group. You need a really good team. So it's insane.
Speaking of SEC, who do you think will win it this year, man? It's so tough. I honestly think right now it's Bama, but we've seen what Bama looks like at their worst against Florida State. We've seen what they look like at their best. It's still a wide open race in that SEC for that spot. Like, you think Ole Miss can take Bama down? I mean, not even Ole Miss, actually. I'm very high on Texas A&M. I think if A&M doesn't falter, they should be the favorites no matter what.
What about Georgia?
Georgia's defense just isn't the same as it has been in the past couple of years. They've given up a ton of big 40-point games. They had that, not 40-point games. I mean, they gave up 40 to Tennessee. They had to edge out a close one, 24-20. But it's a good defense, but it's not that dominant Georgia defense again. And I'm like, you meet a good offense like Tennessee's, and they're going to be able to put points on you. And then especially, like, look at A&M's. A&M is just rolling on every cylinder at the moment. And that's not to say that they won't falter. It would be a very Texas A&M thing to start 8-0 and somehow end 9-3.
Who are they playing tomorrow?
Who does A&M play
against
tomorrow?
Another ranked team, right?
Nope. It is the South Carolina Gamecocks.
No. Y'all are on bye. Y'all play A&M next week. I think A&M
thank
plays. I think A&M plays Missouri.
At Missouri.
Yeah.
It's at Missouri,
ranked
but we got to
23.
remember Missouri's going to be missing. They're on their third string quarterback.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Ah,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's at Missouri. So unless Ahmad Hardy has like a legacy game, I don't see Missouri doing that much against them. We just talked about Lincoln Riley. They're actually playing Northwestern right now, and I forgot about that. They're at 14-7.
Yeah. Yeah, look at that. Should be an interesting matchup.
Now,
Yeah, my college football knowledge is severely lacking.
we'll catch you up,
I'm
Chris.
trying to do my homework a little bit. I'm trying to catch up. It's all very new to me.
Now,
But I'm enjoying myself so far. Especially when you guys break it down, and start talking about it. It's always good fun. I love like the sort of raw emotion that comes from people talking about their teams.
what
Yeah, but boom.
I mean, talking about college football, like what games you think I should be keeping my eyes on this weekend?
this weekend, big games like major games, I'd keep an eye on Oregon and Iowa game. Iowa has always been one of those teams that on a random week in November will take out a playoff contender. The other one, that BYU Texas Tech game. I mean, it's number 7 versus number 8. BYU's undefeated. Texas Tech is 8-1. BYU has an extremely solid run game. I think they're number 8 in the nation in running offense. And then BYU, not the nation, number 1 in the Big 12 in running offense. And then they're like Texas Tech is like number 1 in the Big 12 in like rush defense. This will definitely be the best defensive line BYU and Brockmeyer face, and I think Texas Tech has to force them to pass. But I think it's going to be a really close game. That one to keep an eye on. I'd even keep an eye on the Mississippi State Georgia game. Like, don't let Mississippi State's 5-4 record fool you. Those are all really close losses to some really good teams. Blew that Texas game, that 17-point game, and then it's at Mississippi State. They're just looking for that one win to get them a little over the hump and make them a little more well known. And they host Georgia this week. And like I said, Georgia has had their defensive struggles, and Mississippi State's offense has been solid this year. Other than that, it's not the most loaded weekend. I mean, you can keep an eye on the LSU Bama game. Some teams typically have a jolt with a new coach and new life after the coach gets fired and they come out of a bye week. But really, mainly, just keep an eye on that Texas Tech game and that Iowa game to see if we see some shakeups in the college football playoff this coming week.
You sure the Florida State Clemson game not going to be a?
I would rather go outside and watch grass grow than watch Florida State drop 50 points on my team and Clemson lose like 55-50 in double overtime, okay?
And yet you're going to watch them play anyway.
I will torture myself for a couple of hours, yes. Very unfortunate. I think I'm a masochist. I'm a glutton for pain, so I don't know what to say about that.
It's fine. I get it. All right, I'm a Giants fan. I understand.
Yeah, but you have Super Bowls in your lifetime. I'm a Cowboys fan.
Yes, and
I don't.
Awesome, all right. What are you talking about? Clemson has national. You guys won like 2 national championships.
Stop talking about Civil War stats, buddy.
Listen, those happened.
2016 and 2018 were 30 years ago.
Yeah. No, they weren't.
Okay, man.
I mean, when was the last time Clemson made the playoffs? Ignore last year.
Okay, hold on. What about I mean, poor Adam over here doesn't even have a national championship.
There's an ACC championship from 1969.
Yes, I remember. I was there.
Yeah, you were there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Bro was born in.
Bro was the football. Yeah.
1940. What was World War II like, Adam?
I don't think you want to ask him that.
Terrible.
I don't think he fought on the right side, buddy.
I think shut the. I think that Syracuse could be a potential.
It would be really funny if Cuse does it 2 years in a row to him.
I think it'd be funny.
What if Purdue does it? What if Purdue knocks off number one? How would?
Yeah, I don't think they ain't got the same swagger they used to have.
Yeah, we're getting close to college football playoffs, huh?
There's one game I really can't wait for, and I really hope they don't slip up on the way out. But that Ohio State Indiana eventual matchup and the Big Ten championship will be, I think, just a game to see, like a game of our lifetime. Because Kurt Signetti, what he's done at Indiana is kind of insane. He is a certified winner, and I mean, he won at JMU. Now he's winning here at Indiana, and everybody was like, "Oh, it was a one fluke, one season." And now he's got them at number 2 in the nation, undefeated. And I'm like, yeah, it doesn't look like a fluke to me. It looks like that man just backs up his trash talk.
I'm afraid I do not believe the hype still.
Bro watches his team go 9-3 every year. I guess he would know. 9 no. Bro watches his team go 9-3 every 5 years. I guess he would know what a fluke is.
I do.
Bro's looking at that. It's like looks a little bit too much like my team.
That's what I'm saying. I see it.
Y'all should hire Will Muschamp as your next offense coordinator, Adam. I think he'll be a great fit.
I think Mike Shula is looking for a job.
Billy Napier.
Oh God.
Hugh Freeze.
No. Oh, okay. I would do that.
I think Hugh Freeze would make a great offense coordinator. I think he should be on your target list too. I
like it.
I wish he'd be on Clemson's, but knowing Hugh Freeze's character and Dabo's godlike powers, he will not accept him.
You mean his God-given powers?
No.
No, he is immortal.
He is the immortal being known as Dabo with Sweeney.
Dabo was there at the 19th century.
We've never seen Dabo's biblically accurate form, so.
Yes, that's true. We haven't seen all of his eyes. They're in the shape of like footballs,
Oh yes, yeah. Too bad none of them can win a game at home. 6 consecutive home
eyes.
losses is insane.
Has it really been that bad?
Yeah. The fucking Death Valley is just the valley now,
And you guys are suffering this season. I can't wait for the South Carolina Clemson matchup.
The mid bowl.
It's going to be horrendous.
It's going to be 3-3 going into triple overtime.
We should all watch that one together.
We might be able to get $5 tickets to it.
I think violence will occur probably.
4-7 versus 4-7.
No, yeah, violence will incur when Chris says something and me and Adam just start beating him up.
Yeah, that's okay.
Me and Adam, we talked about this. We talk about football. We used to watch some games up at the front desk. Me and Adam watched that 2023 DJ Uyunglele Spencer Rattler game, and we were like, which team wants to lose it more? And I won that one. My team wanted to lose it the most.
And guess who had to work a full entire shift for the rest of the day?
Not me.
You weren't hired yet, buddy.
I think I might have been.
I don't think so.
Part-time.
No, you actually no. Yeah, you were.
Yeah, I think I was because I remember y'all talking about it.
Yep.
I think I talked to Adam like late, like the next week, and he was very like, he had that smirk. He was feeling good about himself.
We won because Brandon Streeter kept trying to throw the football with DJ for some reason, and no one will ever know.
Yeah, but, you underestimated the power of.
Oh no! You know what happened is Michigan cheated and gave South Carolina, Tennessee, and Clemson's plays.
Yeah, we dumped sand on the field pregame too.
Yeah, you wore those wristbands, man. Why would you wear wristbands?
Yeah, I wonder. Do you think that they're paying extra attention to Harbaugh now that he's with the Chargers?
No,
he got out of there fast.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
He knew what to do.
Out of there soon.
Yeah, that was crazy. I mean, I thought that was crazy what they did. like how they handled that situation.
All
How
right,
the NCAA
boys.
handled that situation.
We need to talk about our final segment of hot and bold takes. Time to put your life on the line and pick a game or pick something or a stat, and let's make some hot takes. What's gonna happen this week? We'll
Oh,
start with you,
this is
Chris.
trouble right here. Oh, we're starting with me. All right, here's my hot take, and I don't think it's hot. I don't think this is a hot take at all. I think
uh,
the Giants are beating the Bears, and I don't think it's going to be close. Okay, I think Jackson Dart is going to have a career day. He's going to play really well. I know that the NFC North is a tough division. They've got some really good teams. I don't think I think the Bears are a team that we can beat. I think we can. I think we will. I could absolutely be wrong. I know they're having a much better season than we are, but that 2-7, all right, it means nothing, okay? Because some of those losses should have been wins. Really, all right. We've been able to move the ball for the first time in what feels like forever. That's not true. We've had some good seasons sprinkled in, and I say good. That's a very generous good, right? Um, but I like what I'm seeing offensively. I think we've got some injuries right now, and I don't have any faith in Chicago whatsoever. And I know I'm biased because they're 5-3. They're having a pretty good year. But I think the Giants are scrappy. I think that they're better than their 2-7 record suggests.
you guys can't
And I
see it,
really do believe that.
but Chris is foaming at the mouth right now.
I literally am. I literally am. I believe. Okay, I believe that we can do it. I think we just listen. All right. I don't know. I'm telling you, it's gonna happen. The Giants. It's gonna be like the game against the Broncos, except we're not gonna make that mistake at the end. We're gonna take an early lead. We've been scoring early. We're gonna take an early lead. We're gonna hold on to it. We're gonna win. Uh, I know it's I think it's at Chicago, right? I want
Yes.
to say. Um, but man, they're the Bears. I don't trust them. I
The
believe in my
Bears.
team. All right, I believe in my team. I will always believe in my team, even when it's delusional to do so. I don't think this is delusional. I think we're gonna win, and I think it's gonna be a comfortable win. I think we're gonna win by at least a touchdown.
All right, Adam. Now, what is your hot take for the week?
Okay. So, hot take. It's a good one.
But he wasn't prepared.
Adam's
You know,
hot
to be
take
fair,
is that
Chris has
the
been
Bears
talking
will
about
win
this game all
comfortably.
week.
um, I mean, the
Adam doesn't
Buccaneers
have a
and
hot
New
take.
England. I think hot take. The Buccaneers get blasted by New England Patriots.
Interesting. Yeah.
I just
Interesting.
See,
have that feeling.
the reason why Adam was struggling is because he doesn't believe any of his takes are hot. He believes they're all right.
Exactly.
They're actually freezing
I
cold.
I actually I think I got the Buccaneers in that game.
I also have the
I'm gonna
Buccaneers in
disagree
that
with you
game.
there, Adam.
I got that feeling, man.
I can see the
Yeah.
Patriots winning, but I don't think they'll blast them.
I think they're gonna shock something. I don't know. I just got that feeling.
You think
Well,
Drake May is going to enter Brady mode? You know,
No, because nobody can truly be Brady.
not even Tom Brady's clone, Drake May.
I mean,
No, he doesn't have the aura.
also my
I
other
agree.
theory is Tom Brady's son is also a clone, and they transfer knowledge and power through full frontal kisses on the lips.
Full frontal. That's wild. That's a wild way to describe it. You know.
Man, you've seen the video. You know what it's like.
I've seen it, but it's a crazy way to describe
I mean,
it.
would you kiss Tom Brady if it meant he passed his football knowledge on to you? I mean, I would.
Yeah.
Yeah. The answer, yeah. If he's giving me his football knowledge, yes. Although I don't think I have the body to actually play football. That would be difficult for me.
I could coach it.
Chris, you could just be what was that one
Maybe
player from
analyst.
Kentucky? He passed away not too long ago. The hefty lefty, I can't remember his name.
I'm not even left-handed.
Buddy, you better
Yes,
learn.
you are. Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right.
So, do you think, Adam, that the Buccaneers are going to lose badly? Is that your hot take?
I think it's going to be by double digits.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
What?
I think I'm gonna go with
What
change
about
of
you,
pace with my hot take.
Yeah,
I'm actually gonna
let's do
go
it.
with a college football hot take.
Oh, fascinating.
I think Iowa beats Oregon in a very close 21-17 or like 23-20 defensive game. I just think it's that time of the year. It's time to start picking some upsets, and I think Iowa will kick this off by taking down Oregon. You know, giving them their second loss on the season. Because I mean, you look at Oregon, and they've won games, but they haven't been winning very convincingly, and now they travel to Iowa, who has always been known for their stout defense and kind of meh offense, and they're not that bad this year. So I think Iowa has a chance to take Oregon down.
I think that's actually a good take. The score. I don't think it's gonna be 21-17. I think it's gonna be like something weird, like 15-13 or something. You know, just a real gritty win by Iowa. This is their nature.
All right, I'll go an even harder take. Mississippi State takes down Georgia.
They might be able to get over the hump because
All right, I'll go an even harder take. Auburn upsets Vandy. There, you happy?
Okay, that's a crazy one.
There.
I think, there might be a little bit of a bias involved.
No, that one's crazy.
Yeah.
You know what? All right, there. That'll be my hot take. I think the Iowa is a good take. I'll take the Auburn walking into Vandy and taking them down without Hugh Freeze. There.
That
Pretty
is
wild.
crazy.
And Diego Pavia throws 2 interceptions.
I'd love to see that, honestly.
We all know how much Adam loves Vandy. He's
Soccer's finally good for one little second. They think they're God's creation.
POV Tennessee baseball.
That's the inaccurate comparison. Except Vandy ain't winning the national championship.
Yeah, that's true. Well,
how are they doing this year? Are they any good? Literally, like.
Who? Tennessee baseball?
No, Vandy.
No, they're 7-2.
7-2. Okay.
They still can make the SEC championship if a couple people lose.
Which will probably happen. We're in the chaos part of the season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
the thing with Texas A&M, I just don't. They're gonna drop off eventually. They always do. There's always something.
They play Yall. They play Missouri. They have Samford, and they have Texas at Texas.
They're gonna lose something. And it's gonna be stupid.
It's gonna be the Y'all. Watch.
If we walk into fucking
trigger warning. Cuss word.
If we walk into
Kyle Field.
Into Kyle Field and pull an upset. Okay, I might have to change my tune on Mike Fury.
What if he takes off his mask and it's actually Mike Shula?
The ultimate troll.
All right, boys. We will let the audience know that we're going to take a tally of hot takes for next episode. So when we record next episode, we will tally whose hot take was right. The person who gets the most right by the end of next 12 or so episodes or next season and stuff like that, the other two might do something nice for that person. Me and Chris discussed maybe going half and half on a jersey of their choice or something like that.
Yeah. Alternatively, we could go.
Alternatively, we ghost block them and never speak to them again.
Or we could force them to wear a jersey of our choosing.
The winner?
No, the loser.
Yeah, or the one who has the least tallies has to wear a jersey of the winner's choosing.
Josh Allen jersey, Adam?
No.
Adam in his Drew Brees jersey.
Yeah, we'll get him an Alvin Kamara.
I unironically have a Baker Mayfield jersey I can make him wear.
Oh, fair enough. That's free.
I'll take it off and burn it.
Buddy, I bought him because he beat you and sent me to the fantasy playoffs last year, so.
That was a rigged game.
Yeah, you also had like 3 wins, buddy.
Rigged.
All right, well, great first episode, guys. Let's hope to do some more, and hope y'all liked listening to us yap about football and give some hot takes and whatever we want to say, and tune in next time. See ya.
Thanks for listening, guys. Bye.